In today's lesson, you are going to learn about the subject complement, specifically the predicate nominative and the predicate adjective. One renames the subject and the other one describes the subject. Let's begin. In order for a predicate to be a subject complement, it must have a linking verb. There are two types of subject complements: the predicate nominative, which renames the subject, and the predicate adjective, which describes the subject. Let's start with the predicate nominative. A predicate nominative comes in the form of a noun phrase, or any other grammatical forms that act as nouns. The raffle winner is Tom. The woman wearing the blue dress is Mrs. O'Toole. In these examples, the predicate, Tom, renames a subject, the raffle winner, and Mrs. O'Toole renames the subject, the woman wearing the blue dress. The subject and the predicate are connected, and the predicate renames the subject. The winner of the raffle is he. The one who left a message is she. Now, grammatically speaking, a pronoun coming after the linking verb renames a subject. Therefore, the pronoun must be in the subjective or nominative case. In other words, the grammatically correct choice should be the subject pronoun. However, native speakers will use the object pronoun, and this is becoming widely accepted. So when speaking informally, you could say, the winner of the raffle is him, the one who left a message is her. Let's go on to look at the predicate nominative as a noun phrase. My cousin is the girl with red hair. Charlie is a volunteer firefighter. In both these examples, the noun phrase renames the subject. Let's go on and look at the predicate nominative as a noun clause. The participants are whoever filled out the contest form correctly. The correct answer is what he said. A gerund or a gerund phrase can also be used as a predicate nominative. My favorite sport is skiing. My favorite thing is eating pizza for breakfast. An infinitive or an infinitive phrase can also act as a predicate nominative. The best thing to do at the beach is to tan. My favorite thing is to eat pizza for breakfast. And sometimes, but very rarely, a prepositional phrase may act as a predicate nominative. This is in the rare cases where the prepositional phrase is acting as a noun. The witching hour is at 3 a.m. The best place to sit is in the front of the room. One thing to remember, when a prepositional phrase acts as a subject complement or even a subject, there is usually an implied or an understood noun before the prepositional phrase. If you want to make sure that your subject complement is indeed a predicate nominative, in other words, a noun, one thing you could do is to flip the predicate nominative and put it in the place of the subject, and place the subject where the predicate nominative is. If your sentence makes sense and means the same thing, then you have a predicate nominative in the predicate. Your linking verb, also called a copula, is renaming by linking the subject to the predicate. Let's go on to the predicate adjective. Unlike the predicate nominative, which renames the subject, the predicate adjective describes the subject. It is another form of subject complement that acts as an adjective. Predicate adjectives are adjectives that modify or describe the subject of a sentence. They are linked to the subject by a linking verb. A predicate adjective comes in the form of an adjective phrase, or any other grammatical form that acts as an adjective. To look for the predicate adjective, look for the linking verb, to be, the sense verbs, feel, look, smell, taste, and sound, and the status verbs like appear, become, continue, grow, seem, and turn. The most common predicate adjectives are adjectives and participles, past and present. The salmon tastes fishy. The subject complement in this example is a predicate adjective, fishy, describing how the salmon tastes. The moon appears huge. This is another example of the adjective describing the moon, and a stative or status verb is used. My teacher is boring. In this example, we have a present participle acting as the adjective describing the teacher. I am bored in her class. He is annoying. I am annoyed. One tip to identify the subject complement acting as a predicate adjective: if you can add an adverb such as very, extremely, completely before the adjective, and it makes sense, then you have a predicate adjective. A word of caution: some of these verbs can also be used as action verbs. So be careful, because if the verb conveys an action, the word that follows is a direct object. How did you do? Make sure you go back and review the parts of the lesson that you didn't understand, and if you have any questions or comments, leave them below and I'll be sure to answer them. And before you go, please take a moment to subscribe and to hit the notification bell so that you will be notified every time I upload a new video. I thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Bye!